Nick Kelling, welcome. Thank you for
Good to be
coming
here.
on. Yeah,
Good to
yeah.
be here.
So first off, if you were a house, what kind of house would you be?
Ooh, good question. Definitely gothic. Be a gothic
Oh
house.
man,
Yeah, they're
throwing a curveball. I
tall.
like it.
Yep, they're
Yeah,
tall. I'm tall. So
yeah,
kind of, and walking into some gothic cathedrals in Europe and stuff like that. I mean, they're just incredible buildings.
yeah,
And a lot of those early ones would take 500 years to build, and it's pretty incredible
yeah. That's a
to
super
look at
good
it.
answer.
Yeah,
You
I think
could,
you would be a craftsman
yeah, maybe a ranch.
or a ranch.
Just
Yeah,
spread out. Yeah.
and then Beth would be a Saint Anne. Saint Anne. No. Um, shoot, what are they called? Queen Anne's.
What's that? What's a
They're
Queen
in
Anne?
they're in like Galveston and stuff like that.
Oh, we'll have to put some
Yeah.
pictures.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's you.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Aw.
I was thinking about this question. I'd be like, what would Beth? Oh yeah, she would be the Queen Anne. Yeah,
Oh, that's so nice. Thanks for thinking about it.
yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so we asked that because you're a real estate agent. What got you into real estate?
I really like sales. Really like talking to people. And then growing up in a family that is kind of around building and stuff like that, and I was kind of drawn to selling houses. I started sales and selling cars, and not a big car guy, especially with other salesmen. They'd be talking about cars and all these things. I'm like, bro, I have no clue what you're talking about. I just show people if they like driving it, like let's sell it.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
but with houses, I want to know those details. Like those people selling cars want to know those details. So I'm like, well, real estate's kind of perfect for that because I want to know how all these things work. And I like sales, and it's a good combination. And it feels good to help a new person first buying a home. They've never done this. They come to you like, hey man, I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, oh, that's good. Here's the first step by step how to do this. We'll
Yeah.
find a house, and if you follow these steps, we'll find a house in a month and a half. If it goes to 3 months, that's fine. But we can find your house pretty fast.
Yep.
If you follow these steps and stuff. And if they take my advice and they want to do step by step and do it the right way and not the wrong way, it usually turns out pretty well. And I like seeing that process. And at the end of the title company, you take a picture and you're like, oh, I can't believe we just bought our house. I'm like, yeah, it is pretty crazy. It's some of the biggest investment that you make in your whole life. Your biggest purchase.
Yeah.
You grow up, you raise a family there, you spend most of your time there.
Yeah.
And it's like finding that for that person is pretty incredible feeling at the end.
Yeah, it's a huge decision, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And it's not an easy one.
No, it's not.
Yeah. You can look at 100 homes to find the perfect one.
The perfect one, yeah. It's tough.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so nice you get to be there with them through that. You're such a comforting person that,
Yep.
yeah, I'm sure you
I
make
try
it a
to
lot
be.
easier. Yeah.
So you just moved back from Houston.
Yep.
What excites you about like starting fresh here back in Minnesota?
I guess nothing excites me on the side of starting fresh because I already built a pipeline of clients and
yeah,
stuff.
of
And then
course.
I've gotten text messages like, oh, hey, are you still an agent in Houston and stuff like that? Like, can we go find a house? I'm like, no, man. Like, I'm sorry, I moved back to Minnesota. I've had like 3 text messages of that. So it's kind of like, that doesn't excite me having to start over my pipeline and stuff
True.
like that.
Yeah.
But it's good to be back home with family and from Minnesota and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So that excites me. And starting, I guess, one of the biggest hurdles of building my pipeline as a salesman, you have a pipeline and stuff like that that you feed every day and stuff. So it's always nice to be like, oh yeah, you have your family members, text your family members, or you have your sphere of influence and stuff like that. People that you grew up with, like, hey man, just thinking about you. I just got my real estate license. I didn't have that in Houston, so now having it here, I have that advantage now that I saw a lot of people have in Houston that I didn't really have. So definitely taking advantage of growing up here, starting my own business and real estate and all that stuff, and a salesman and as an agent. It's nice to have that.
Yeah.
Other than doing open houses and meeting people for the first time and stuff like that, and building a relationship like that. Now it's a little bit different now.
Yeah. Feels like you're playing for the home team.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Home team advantage.
Yeah, so you have that advantage. Plus, it's your second time, so a lot of less nerves, I'm sure. Like,
Yep.
you know the process. There's less less to think about. That's
Yep.
awesome. And you said you started off in car salesman or in car sales.
Yeah.
So like, and I remember hearing that was like pretty hardcore. You were just kind of like thrown to the wolves. Like, got any good stories?
Kind of. Yeah.
'Cause
So
it was used cars, right?
yeah, it was used cars. It was special finance. People that try to go to the Ford dealership, then the Chevy, and then the Toyota, and then like, all right, what's what's the next option? And it would come to like, kind of in a bad neighborhood kind of car dealership. You know, we've had a few times someone broke into the dealership and stole a Corvette that had 100,000 miles on it. So it's like, man, this is kind of a nice car, but it's not worth going to jail over. Like, I don't know why you would do that.
Wow.
But had some of that. But it was kind of nice. I mean, you would have people that are, you're like, there's a reason why you're here. I can just tell. You just scream bad credit. And then some people just are actually in a tough spot, and you're like, okay, I actually really want to help you out. Let's find like a good car. You know, this Toyotas are pretty nice. They last a long time. Hey, let's go. This is an A-rated car, so lenders like lending money on it. Other than, for example, an F-150 that has the new E engine or whatever it is. Like, lenders don't like that because the engine isn't that good.
Yeah.
So I think it's like a D class where there's different classes that lenders look at. Yeah. So it's like, all right, this is A class. We'll be able to, lenders like this. They'll lend up to 120% debt to income on this.
Okay.
Let's talk to some banks. Let's wait here. This might take a while because it is special finance.
Yeah.
Or do you have a cosign or anything like that? Sometimes you need that. So like just talking to the person through that process was kind of cool, and actually helping people that were in a bad situation that needed help. I really enjoyed that. And then them giving me a hug, like, oh, thank you. I talked to so many people and I couldn't get approved and all that stuff. And you like stuck with me. And so that was kind of satisfying.
Absolutely.
But then,
rewarding for sure.
Yeah, exactly. And,
Yeah.
I really like that part of it.
And it was commission only, wasn't it? So you really had to.
Yeah. It's
You were
100%
there like
commission.
7 days a week, and.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They're super late. Because some people like, I have to get off work, and then it's an hour drive. So you're like, all right, well, I'm going to be here until 7, 8 and stuff. Yeah. And sometimes we'd have banks in different time zones, so we could stay later. Or sometimes it's in a different time zone. It's the opposite. So it's like, hey man, you got to come back tomorrow. I know, but like, but like these guys close at 4 o'clock our time. So, yeah, but it was fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's a learning curve and stuff like that. And it was definitely a first into sales for me and stuff.
Because you knew you wanted to be in real estate, but you're like, I'm going to put myself in this hardcore position with used car sales first, right?
Yep.
To like just really get.
Yeah. And then I also decided a lot of people do like online real estate classes. And I was like, well, if I'm going to make this a profession for my whole life, might as well kind of get good education around it. So I did go like in-person classes at the local community college and stuff like that, and paid for that. It was a little bit more expensive, but I learned face-to-face with people. So I'm like, might as well take a little bit longer, actually get to know what I'm doing, and then, do sales at the same time. So I'm kind of learning how sales and the knowledge of it at the same time. And then
brains developing in those
exactly.
two areas at once. Yeah.
So like when it came that I got my license, I was like, well, I already kind of know what like softwares, how to use the softwares and stuff like that. I already know how to talk to people, how to dig into the actual needs. So it was really nice.
Yeah.
It was just kind of nice, like you're learning two skills at the same time, and then you're applying them both.
Yeah.
At the end.
Yeah. And, it gives you a viewpoint that someone that just went to like those online courses and has the same like technical qualifications as you wouldn't have the same skill set. Because,
exactly.
Yeah. I mean, you're able to, I heard them say this, so then I'm going to go this way or whatever the case is.
Yeah. One of the biggest things that I think sales in general, people don't tell you what their needs are.
Okay.
Because they're embarrassed or like no one comes to a used car salesman specialized in special finance and say, my credit really sucks. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, oh yeah, I saw this car online and stuff, and I thought it was cool. I'm like, Okay. And then you have to dig in and stuff like that. The same with maybe selling a house or buying a house. Oh yeah, we're just selling a house, and they might not tell you exactly why they're selling their house, and then you dig in deeper. Oh, you realize they want to, they might be in some bad financial spot, and like, okay, well, I have to kind of cater my sales technique to that. Like if you want to close in 30 days, we might have to, go down a different approach because you want that tight clothesline, versus someone that might be in a more relaxed spot. Yeah, they're empty nesters, but they don't really need to move really fast. So like maybe you do a different approach to selling the house. But people don't tell you what you actually need to know up front. So you got to dig deep,
Yeah, it's your job
ask
to pull it out
questions.
of 'em.
Yeah.
And do you think
And
that's what sets a good realtor apart from just like an average, is being able to dive into
I
that?
think one part of it is,
Okay.
yeah, because I had a listing that sold pretty fast in Houston, but they had like 2 other agents and stuff like that. And I'm guessing they didn't ask the real questions because they were in a financial pinch at the time.
Okay.
And they wanted to move cross country and stuff like that. I think they wanted to be with family. But they didn't really tell their financial position to anyone. And I'm like, okay, well, we can sell this house pretty fast. I see, you had it listed at X price, and we see that it's not selling. And then I asked on like more questions about financing and stuff like that. We had like a finance worksheet that I filled out for people, and seeing their net proceeds at the end. And they were like right on the line of like making nothing / upside down and stuff like that.
Oh,
And it kind of tweaked the numbers. And the lady was like, nobody's ever like walked through this with me. I knew I was kind of in a tight position, but like I didn't, you know, I'd never told another agent that I was in this kind of position. I was just like, list my house for this price, whatever. And I was just like, okay, whatever. And, did whatever they wanted. Like, they didn't walk through the process of like, okay, what is your real concern here? And like find those numbers and like, hey, you are wanting to sell this house pretty fast. We might have to go on a, slightly lower price. Now, if we do a slightly lower price, this pulls more people and maybe we get multiple offers and then now it sells for higher.
True. Yeah.
Because if you only have one buyer that come in, like the odds of increasing that listing price is zero.
Exactly. Yeah.
When you have multiple offers and then you can increase that price, and they can bid against each other and stuff. So I mean that's what pretty much happened. We like dropped it down by like 20,000 because like she, after doing that and stuff, she was more open to me and stuff like that and told me her situation and stuff, and we were able to sell her house.
Yeah.
And I think she like got like $100 to $200 at the end. So like she was kind of worried about being upside down, which I mean, it was tight, but we listed like 20,000 under what she previously listed for, and we bumped up like 10 extra thousand. So I mean, she was kind of upset that we didn't get that extra 10,000, but I'm like, you wouldn't have sold it if we didn't do this approach. And she understood that, and then she wasn't upside down at the same time. So what she was worried when we first listed it, we're bumping it down like 20,000. I might have to bring money to closing to sell my house. And she really didn't like that. But I'm like, this is the pro, trust me, it might happen. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but we need to attract buyers. We need to attract offers.
Yeah.
And we're able to
that's awesome.
bump it up to a point where she was only around $200. And I was like, you might need to bring some money to closing. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like,
but
it ended up, when we got the information before closing that she was going to get a couple $100.
good.
All boils down to communication, like everything in life. And so,
Communication.
like, you have to be good at that in real estate.
Yeah, and I was gonna say like maybe like that might be what makes a good agent is communication.
Okay.
And a good salesman
Being a person
in
that
general.
people want to communicate with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and presenting yourself as someone that other people feel comfortable with sharing their real concerns with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that kind of makes a good salesman, not just
Certainly.
realtor, but like just salesman in general.
Yeah. And I could see it where it's like you need to make sure that you come across in a certain way because I'm sure you run into it all the time where someone has this idea of how things work,
Oh,
and
all the
you
time.
just want to shut them down immediately because
Oh,
you've
yeah.
heard the spiel from a customer
Yeah,
1,000 times. But
yeah,
it's like
for sure.
just let them talk, and then you'll respond to it and kind of instead of just like stomping on
Yeah.
them and say no, this is how
Yeah.
it works.
Some of the greatest advice I think I had from a mentor was, you don't have to take every client.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I've had people, we've sat down in sales meetings and stuff like that, and they tell me their spiel of how they think they want to buy a house and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, and they tell me, oh, this is how I did it last time in like 2000. Like, well, there's a lot of stuff that happened since 2000, right? The first step is to talk to a lender, get a pre-approval, go through all that financial stuff up front, get that number that you qualified for. And it's not that I don't trust you.
Yeah.
It's just that when we send an offer, we have to attach that pre-approval to that offer because the seller doesn't know you. And they're probably not going to trust you either.
Yeah.
And the offer is going to be on contingency that you get approved for that loan. So they want some kind of guarantee that you will get approved for that loan. If we send an offer without a pre-approval, or we show you 20 houses and you fall in love with this house and then you try to get a pre-approval and you aren't approved for that house.
Exactly.
We just wasted months and then you're going to blame me. So let's do, some stuff up front, then we can look for houses. And a lot of people are like, oh, no, I'm not going to do that, whatever. But just show me houses. I'm like, well, I don't think this is going to work out for us.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the process. If we're going to work together, you're going to have to follow this process.
Yeah.
And I've walked away from a lot of people like that. It's just like, you would have wasted your time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not about to waste your time. I'm not about to waste my time. And then not wasting my time, I can find someone else that actually wants to work with me.
Exactly.
And wants to do it my way.
Yep.
And it's not really my way, it's the way.
Yeah. The standard process.
Exactly,
Yeah.
the standard process.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I didn't do any of that stuff up front when I bought my house. Well, you bought it in 2000.
Yeah.
It was a little bit different back then.
Yeah.
They were approving everyone for anything.
Exactly. Yeah.
A lot of things have changed, so.
And if you have a strong purpose, like I feel like you do, where you want to help people get their first home, get into a home that they love so much, then to be your best self for those customers, you have to say no to other ones that
For
are
sure.
just going to waste your time and pull you along. And
Yep. Yeah. I remember saying no to someone that wasn't stubborn, but, wanted his way or the highway. And I'm like, hey, here's my business card. Like if, you want to do it this process, I had a sheet of the process step by step, handed it to him, handed my folder and all that stuff. Like, we can set up another meeting. I can have banks call you. We need to get this pre-approval and all that stuff up front, and then we can go look at houses. And, he left. Oh, I'll think about it. Never call me back. But then like 2 days later, I talked to a couple first-time home buyers and, handed them the sheet and all that stuff. And they're like, oh, I'll start calling them right now. Let's get this going. And,
You're like,
we were able to get to,
work with.
point A to point B, and we were able to close in a couple months. And like, that's exactly what what I mean? So if I would have said yes to the other people, I would have wasted 3 months, not closed on anything.
Yeah.
Maybe, but probably not. And never would have the opportunity to work with these other people. So
Yeah.
Stop enabling the people that
Exactly.
aren't serious
Yeah.
or don't want to follow the rules or follow the structure.
And maybe they go with some other agent that will just bend the knee and do whatever they want.
Yeah,
and
maybe
then
that'll
maybe
be more
6
their
months
style,
later,
too.
and maybe 6 months later, they'll give me a call like, okay, let's do this step by step because we just, found our dream home and then didn't close on it.
Yeah.
Because we didn't do the proper steps.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Right.
that hasn't happened yet, but I'm also relatively new. So eventually, some of my mentors that I have had in the past, so that it's happened to them before. So, I mean, So if I stick to that plan, eventually, it'll happen.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So you're a Marine. And thank you for your service.
Thank you for paying taxes.
Exactly. What led you to serve?
Out of high school, did tree trimming, joined the union, and just wanted to do something greater than that.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of motivated me to try to look into not necessarily the military, but other things.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually just honed down to the military, talking to recruiters and stuff like that. And
then you got sailed.
and then I got sailed. Yeah. Like, you know what you would be good at? Infantry. What's your 3-miler? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How many pull-ups? Oh, yeah. No. And then I knew I wanted to do something in the infantry and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, just wanted to do something greater.
Yeah.
And that kind of caught my attention, and I was, all right, let's do it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And had a blast doing it. Met a lot of good people.
Yeah.
And then I know people across the country now. And it's like, oh, I'm going over to Chicago, something. Oh, I have a guy there, you know.
Yeah.
Let's hang out. Yeah.
Exactly.
So.
What's the main thing that you learned from the military that you use in life now, everyday life?
Not being a wimp. I think that's like one of my friends said this, you know, put your big boy pants on. Like, stop complaining. like do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
and
real
I think
problems
that's
out there.
yeah,
and
there's
I've
a
seen
real
them,
problems.
And I've
Yeah.
lived through them.
Yeah, you were nothing. like your problems. I mean, I think stress and anxiety, it's all relative, right? But it's like there's worse that could happen. Like go to work, do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Have dreams, try to chase those dreams. Don't let something hold you back. It's tough, but if it was easy, anyone would do it. Like
Exactly. Yes.
yeah. So
Yeah.
life is tough, but you just got to keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think you really learn that when you're running 12 miles with an 80-pound pack, and you're like, I just got to do it, man. And then you just apply that to the rest of your life and put yourself in that situation. Like you just gotta do it.
Yeah.
And I think maybe not being a wimp isn't the best way to put it, but it's the way I guess I'm going to be put it. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I haven't made a sale in 3 months. Like, all right, what do I need to do? Let's go back to my plan. Okay, I need to make this many calls today. I need to talk to this many people about real estate. This will eventually trickle down to meetings, and meetings will eventually trickle down to contracts and then showings and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
it's like, all right, I'm in a pretty bad hole. What do I need to do to get out of the hole?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Put my big boy pants on.
Yep. Yep.
Let's get to work. And I think that's, I guess, what I took out from a big part of the military, from what transfers over.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Almost to the fact that like your mind's your greatest muscle.
Exactly.
You got to make sure that, even though you're bummed or you're mad or whatever the case is, you just got to push through it. And,
for sure.
And make sure that you have that mentality, like what you're saying, running 12 miles with an 80-pound bag. I mean, that's more of a mental game than a physical.
You just got to keep going.
Yeah. Because it's pretty easy to convince yourself, just stop.
Yeah,
Throw the thing
just
in
stop.
the
Yeah,
creek
just
and
quit.
forget it.
Yeah. And I mean, once you quit one thing, you quit everything.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
Never quit something.
Yeah.
Follow through with it. And then at the end of it, if it's not something you want to do, then move on to the next thing. Because quitting that thing, even if you know you don't want to do it in the middle of it, you just quit that and it'll trickle down to you quitting more things. So just don't ever quit. Just follow through. And then at the end, if you don't like doing it, once you've finished, that set thing, move on to the next thing. If you don't like it. And it's kind of broad, but like, how do you even know if you like something if you quit in the middle of it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or on a tough exercise, like how do you know the feeling after completing it if you don't complete it? Because there's nothing better than like, oh, I just finished that hike or whatever. You take off your pack, you're like, oh, I did that.
Yeah.
And you're like,
yeah.
and you're like, yep. Or maybe finishing college, like at the end, like, oh, I did that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Or, closing a big deal. Like at the end, like, oh, I just did that. Or starting a podcast, like,
Yeah.
like I just did
Yeah.
that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we went rock climbing when we were growing up, you and I, and it's like halfway through the rock, you'd be like, I just want to quit. I just want to go down. There's nowhere else to go. And everybody's down there like, put your left foot up there and your right hand there,
Yep.
blah, blah, blah. And like, I would hate it the entire time. But the second I got to the top and would look back and be like,
I did that.
oh my God, I did that. And then like to belay down is like the most satisfying thing in the entire world. And then it's like, I want to do another one. And then
Yeah.
I'd be halfway through again, like, I hate this. Okay, actually make this be the last time you ever do this. But you get to the top
Yeah.
and then the cycle keeps going
Yep.
and like you're getting those dopamine hits naturally. And you do the hard work first
Yep.
to get the dopamine after, and then there's no come down.
Yep.
Like the come down is, I want to do this again.
Again. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you gotta love the feeling of completing and then hate the feeling of not completing too. Like if you fail on something, like if you only go way on a rock or something and you blade down, you're like, oh, I just hate this feeling of not completing it. Let's tack it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's do it again and complete it, and then
Yeah.
remember that feeling that you had when you didn't complete something, and next time you're doing something, remember that feeling.
Exactly.
And be like, I don't want to have that feeling again.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty, yeah.
Yeah. So anything specific that your marine training gave you an advantage in real estate in, do you think?
I think just being a good guy, working with a team of people and stuff like that. I did this test to find out if you would be a better agent working with a team or by yourself. And it said that I'd be a better agent working with a team.
Okay.
So then I joined a team and all that stuff. And like working with a group of people, I felt like it was very similar to working with a group of people in the military and stuff like that. Like it's all one giant, you have all these different people, all these people doing different things to make something happen. And the same thing with like real estate where, yeah, I'm the agent, but then I have some guy that fills out contracts and specializes in that. I have some guy that works for the banks and stuff like that. Like I have all these kind of like subs,
Yeah, exactly.
And the same thing in the military. Oh, this is my role, but there's 10 other roles that are happening at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like you got to realize that. I think understanding and be able to look at that through a wider lens, and then also do your job knowing that other people are going to do their job.
Okay.
And trust, and you're just being a good guy through the whole process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with that being said, do you think the military taught you more about teamwork or discipline?
Definitely teamwork.
Okay.
I feel, yeah. Because you really can't do anything by yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, in the military or civilian life or really whatever, like, what do you do that you don't rely on anyone else for?
Exactly.
Pretty much nothing.
Yeah.
And you can think you're doing it by yourself, but then when you look at the wide, like, who's buying this? I'm not buying this and selling. You know what I mean? Like there's a wider variety of people.
Yeah.
And you're really doing everything as a team.
Yeah.
Or if you're not doing anything, you should probably delegate, and you should probably find a team of people.
Yeah.
And even as a solo agent, I'm not getting people pre-approved or doing the loan or anything.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
true.
Like I'm
Yeah,
doing my
yeah.
lane.
Yeah.
And other people are doing their own thing. So, and it's working with a team of people.
Yeah.
From the title company, to the banks and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
No, that's awesome.
it's a process.
Yeah, kind of like what they say. You're just another cog in the
Yep.
wheel or whatever
Yep,
the case
yep,
is.
sure,
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you could sell like any type of dream property, what would it be?
I don't really care about it's not, I don't care about the property. I care more about what my client
Okay.
wants as a
Yeah.
realtor,
Yeah.
than what I want. And like I might like a larger open concept living room, dining room, but I've had people tell me, oh, I want a little bit more closed off.
Yeah.
So like selling my dream property is second to selling my client's
Yeah.
dream property,
Yeah.
or what fits in, their capability of buying something and what suits them.
Yeah.
I guess viewing myself as a client, I could have, what I like in a house, but as a realtor, it's definitely about the client and finding out their needs and then matching a house to their needs.
Yeah.
And I think that is more important than selling a dream. Like, I mean, I just don't think that's ever really crossed my, like, what is my dream house to sell? Like, I don't know. It's like, my dream house is my client's house that they want to buy.
Well,
and
that's
stuff like
amazing.
That at the end
Yeah.
of the day.
I mean, I don't think that you run into realtors that have that viewpoint. It's usually like, I just want to sell $1 million mansions, you know, because the commission is just amazing, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
where it's like,
yeah,
you know, you'd be totally fine selling a tiny house to somebody because that's exactly what they wanted, you know?
Yeah. And then, I mean, working with Sherman Lumber with NHL homes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
With manufactured homes, like a lot of people want that because it's affordable, it's attainable.
Yep.
And then if I can work on an agent side of things, if my client's looking for something that's affordable, attainable, showing them that, and then maybe showing them, you know, more traditional build, you know, and showing them both options and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Them deciding what they want is much better than, you know, shucking them to the side like, oh, I'm trying to go for the Jeff Bezos of clients.
Exactly.
Like, all right, that's probably not going to happen, but, you know, I would rather work with 3 or 4 people that are wanting to get, like, an attainable housing because of some kind of situation or just, you know, life, or they're young, or they're downsizing or something.
And they're thinking about the future.
So, yeah, they're thinking about the future. They have goals. They're people that I can relate to than someone that's buying.
Yeah, but if somebody called you up and is like, hey, I live in Malibu and I heard you're the best agent in the world.
Oh, I would
fly
take him
out
as a client
here."
immediately.
Fly out here and help me find the perfect place.
Yeah. I'm like, we'll have to get licensed in Florida, but
But
I have this guy that I know has his license in Florida. It's pretty cool, but
Yeah.
I'll send you his number. But
Yeah. Do you think you have a vision for like the next 5 years of what your real estate career is, your goals, or just kind of an idea of what the next 5 years will bring?
next, yeah, I would love to, you know, get more sales under my belt in Minnesota.
Yep.
Most of my sales now are in Houston, so definitely get, you know, a lot of sales, a lot of experience here in Minnesota, and then probably get my broker's license maybe.
Okay.
I know a lot of people don't want to get they rather work with a big brokerage and stuff like that, and there's a lot of pros to that. But I'm kind of in a mindset that I'll get my broker's license and expand on that instead of working with a big agency, which, I mean, I don't really know yet.
Yeah.
But that's kind of like, if I would write off my 5-year goal, that would probably be, you know, on it was, you know, getting my own broker's license, have agents underneath me and stuff like that, mentoring them and stuff like that. Maybe putting them on a podcast so they can get some sales or something.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
But yeah, definitely focus on my 1 year, my 2 year and stuff like that.
Yeah.
First, but it'd be exciting if I got that, and, you know, could look 5 years in the future and see myself as a broker with agents underneath me and stuff like that.
That'd be cool. Amazing.
So you've already had a lot of lives, I feel like. Are you somebody who sees yourself as somebody who reinvents themselves or adds layer upon layer upon layer?
Probably layer on layer. Because maybe, I guess what I'm thinking about reinvent, it's maybe disregarding previous experiences to reinvent you into something new.
Yeah.
Which layer on layer I think about is you're still keeping that experience, even if it was negative or positive, but then you're adding something new that might be better for you. And then you just keep building that, but you're keeping what's all underneath.
That's very true.
Yeah, that's exactly where my mind went.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't lose the discipline from the military or the teamwork.
Exactly.
You know, you
You're
still
just
have
still
that.
retaining
It carries
that.
through
Yeah.
to the next level.
Yeah, but maybe someone's like reinventing. Oh, I'm still taking that with me.
True. Yeah.
But when I first thought about that, I was like, oh yeah, maybe. I mean, is that disregarding? I mean, maybe not, but
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
that's where I went.
Yeah.
So you grew up building pole buildings. Do you have any favorite memories from being out on the crew? And what do you miss about it?
I like working with my uncle.
Which
Yeah, Uncle Ed.
AKA the pole shed god.
Yeah. Pretty good experience when you're working with a god of pole buildings.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that was a good experience working with him. Very knowledgeable. And definitely, yeah, my first year of high school, I went on a crew. And prior to that, I worked in the shops and stuff like that here. Very different from now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that first year I definitely learned a lot about hard work and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, building pole buildings, it's not an easy job.
Yeah, boot camp was just easy.
Oh yeah,
easy road 'cause
compared
you're
to
like,
building pole buildings, yeah. A little bit more people screaming at you, but I didn't have to jump in a hole and start digging a hole in boot camp. Yeah. That was after in the fleet, but you got to dig holes. But yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Who do you think should be calling you right now for real estate?
If you're thinking about buying a house within 3 months, or even more than just having a conversation, but a pre-approval is good for around 3 months.
Okay.
So if you're thinking about buying a house in 3 months, it's kind of good to start that process. But if you have any questions, even if you're 5 years out, just giving me a call or messaging me and be like, hey, what should I prepare? I know my credit's not very good. I just moved back here, so I haven't had an opportunity to kind of meet with someone that helps build people's credits, but I definitely met a lot of people in Houston when I had my license there.
Yep.
I was like, yeah, I'm looking to buy a house in like 2 years, but I know I don't have good credit. I'm like, oh, well, I know this guy. He works with people to help building your credit. And then, talking to your bank, that, they always have some kind of program we can save up for something like a home or something. I definitely talk to your lender and stuff like that.
Yeah.
For saving up a down payment. That's what I'm doing now. So.
Yeah. And how can they find you?
Oh, they can message me on Instagram, Nick Kelling, Realtor. They can give me a call, or they can call Sherman.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, this Nicholas guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to get some business cards probably up front. So if anyone walks in, they'll see my business card and they can take it. But Instagram's probably the most easiest platform to kind of message me or see, my showings or whatever I'm posting on there. I try to post some kind of informational thing on there for people. Kelling _ or no, it's Nicholas _ Kelling Realtor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you give some information for first-time home buyers or
Just the process. I think one of my more popular videos, me talking about mortgage points, buying down your interest rate. A lot of people were concerned about a higher interest rate and stuff like that, but there is options that you can buy that down if it makes sense. If you're planning on moving if you're trying to buy the house and then move in 1 or 2 years, it might not make sense. You might be throwing away money.
Yep.
But if you're planning on living there for 5-10 years, you can buy down your interest rate, and then if you live there for 10 years, you actually save quite a bit of money. And we can do that math and stuff like that. And then the lenders, I think, will do that math too for you if you're interested in doing that.
Cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you think RV stands for recreational vehicle or renovation?
The first one.
I know.
What does it stand for? Like,
yeah,
I don't even.
Yeah, exactly. Are you're currently renovating?
I'm
an
renovating.
RV?
Yeah.
'Cause you're
Yeah.
renovating.
Yeah, I'm
an
like
RV right
renovating.
now.
Like I don't. No, yeah. Yeah, my parents let their RV go, and there's mushrooms growing in it, and now it's actually looking pretty good. I'll send you guys pictures of it and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll add it in here.
We just got done putting cabinets in. We repainted all the cabinets, put new hardware on. Well, painted the hardware, put it back on, put it all in. My wife started painting the walls and stuff, and it looks like a totally different. Yeah, we're probably in 2 weeks putting the flooring in.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a totally different vehicle.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see pictures.
Mm-hmm.
So
And if you're
anyways,
interested in buying an RV in the next month or so, it might be done. You can also give me a call.
cool. Well, maybe that's a side job you could start doing is renovating RVs.
We thought about renovating like furniture and stuff like that. Yeah, trying to get like cheap
That'd be
furniture and
fun.
renovating
Use some
it.
Yeah.
creativity.
Yeah, a little
Upcycle
side
or
hustle.
whatever. Yeah. Yeah, that's sweet.
You always need side hustles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stop watching TV and do a side hustle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a new protocol for the next 100 days. I have all these things I have to accomplish every single day before I can watch TV.
That's good.
Yesterday, I didn't even have enough time if I wanted to, but like it was I watch TV every single night, so I'm like, this could be huge. Go into like before Christmas, before the New Year, when everybody else starts their things. Like I'll be 100 days in.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah. Like it's
Nice,
like I
nice.
don't have to finish these things.
Yeah, yeah.
But if I do, then I get to watch
Watch
TV.
TV.
Yeah. I like that.
That's good. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I might steal that from you.
Yeah.
All right. These are the things that needs to be done.
Yeah.
Complete the
no TV
RV.
or TikTok, because I'm like, oh, if I just don't say no TikTok, then I'll
Oh,
just go on
yeah,
TikTok.
yeah.
You know?
Are you on Instagram or?
Yeah, I'm gonna put like 45-minute limit to all my social media combined for the day.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's what I had. Yeah, in the settings you can do like that. Yeah. It's like, huh? The email's kind of annoying. I'm like, I don't remember sending this. Like, I'm doing work on my email. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm done working.
Yeah, and you're just having fun, like emailing all your friends, like
Yeah.
random stuff. Yeah. Yeah, our brains will find the loopholes.
Exactly.
So we like to end with a would you rather question. We have a few for you. Would you rather go to boot camp again in the Marines or retake the real estate licensing exam?
We take the real estate license exam. Yeah.
He did not
That was
even
quick.
pause.
Yeah. Jeez.
There's one. Would you rather? It's like, well, not really. Would you go back to boot camp for $100,000 or something like that? Like, would
Yeah.
you? And everyone's like, yeah.
Yeah.
But then, like, you would just be kind of belligerent the whole time.
What do you
like,
mean?
like,
Oh, like,
like,
because
instead,
you
like,
don't
follow
need
the,
to
yeah,
pass, so
yeah,
you would
yeah.
be, like,
So you
talking
would,
back
yeah, you would be
and-
talking
okay,
back,
you'd be
and
having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
because you never would have the guts to do that, like the first time. Like, you
right.
you don't want to get dropped or like kicked out or
Yeah.
anything. But like, if it's kind of like this hypothetical,
but for 100,000, would you do it for 50,000?
probably I'd probably do it for a pretty low amount, honestly. But then just be like,
Yeah. But you're just kind of messing up. Yeah. Oh, that'd be fun.
be that guy that gets everyone in trouble.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's almost like I'll pay to go back and do that and like mess with everybody and like
Yeah.
talk back to the sergeants. It'd be fun.
And then if I get kicked out, it's like, well, this is just hypothetical. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've already proved that I've done it. I already got what I needed out of it. Yeah.
Oh,
That's great.
God.
That's great.
Yeah. Would you rather have the perfect client or the perfect house to sell?
Perfect client.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think I kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then
it's-
it's fun.
yeah, it's fun. Yeah, yeah.
Instead of like a big house coming at you and then you have to find that person.
Yeah, or they do the other way around. Yeah.
That'd be tough. Would you rather sell? Okay, let's say you find your dream home, Nicholas. I don't know if it's a ski cabin, if it's a house on the beach, it's whatever it is. Would you rather sell that to a stranger or to your best friend? Because like if it's your best friend, you're like, oh God, they're in my house that I wanted.
Who's paying more?
I don't know. Whoever is paying
The best
more.
offer. Whoever sends me the best offer.
Okay.
No, probably my friend, so I can
Enjoy
visit
it
the
a little
house and
bit,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be tough,
Unless the
though.
stranger's
You'd be
offers like
"Whoa."
$10,000 more, then I mean,
Yeah.
Then you're gonna become friends with them.
yeah, then I'm gonna become friends with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome. Would you rather negotiate with a drill sergeant or a difficult client?
Difficult client. Unless I just want to be like, yeah. Unless I'm doing like the belligerent.
Yeah,
Going back, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, last one. Would you rather survive a Houston summer with no AC or a Minnesota winter with no heat?
Minnesota winter with no heat, and then just wear like a lot of sweaters.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. I hate layers. Like I feel claustrophobic. So
Yeah, well, when I
don't
was
know,
living
but
in
you did have
Hawaii, we didn't have any AC in Hawaii.
Oh my.
And just laying there in bed, just sweating, and you're just like, I just feel gross. Like I'd rather be like cold and put on layers than be, naked and just sweating in your bed.
Yeah, cuddle up with Clive.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And you, when you moved into a new house in Houston, did you not have cold water? Or you could only get hot water? What was it? Wasn't there a
There was
water
some
thing?
kind of, yeah.
Where it was like, okay, in Minnesota winter, if you don't have a hot shower to go home to, that's pretty brutal. But you didn't have a cold shower.
Yeah, it was
like
pretty
in
bad.
the Houston heat, you're like just living in your own sweat.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we figured that out pretty fast. There was also like a gas leak or something, and we called the gas company and had to do with our gas and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, we got that taken care of, but pretty fast. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, like walked to the side of the house. I'm like, that's gas.
Yeah, good thing you have a sense of smell.
Yeah.
Well, any advice for anybody looking for a real estate agent?
Make sure you have a good meeting with them prior of looking at a house. I know a lot of people just want to like, oh, just meet me at this house, whatever. It's like there's so much information that you guys should talk about before looking at that house. I definitely understand the struggle of, hey, let's meet up before looking at a house, because a lot of people just don't want to do that. But if the agent at least mentions that, or like, hey, let's have some kind of meeting prior of looking at this house, that's a pretty good indicator, I think, that they know what they're doing and they want to make sure you're informed about everything prior just going and looking at a house and then, oh, I want to buy this house. Well, we got to talk about all these things prior. Like, do you have that pre-approval? That can take usually a couple days. But if you're seeing a house on Friday and the seller's picking an offer on the weekend, well, we just looked at this house. You fell in love with this house, and now we have to get a pre-approval, and it's sold to when you're trying to get that pre-approval, and we're able to get an offer in. But maybe if we took that time when we first talked to you about setting up a meeting, we have that meeting, we get that pre-approval up front, and then we see this house, and we're able to send an offer.
And act quickly.
And act quickly.
Yeah.
You could have bought that house. But you want to just see this house this weekend? Oh, sure, let's book it for the weekend, and it's Wednesday. There's so much that you can do leading up to that.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of agents are scared to do that, or they just don't know. And the clients, I want to meet you first, whatever. Like, sure, but at least have that. Make sure that agent at least says that. If they don't say something like that, you probably know that they're not good, or they're not experienced, or they don't know the process as well as someone else. Mm-hmm. So that's a good indicator if they're wanting to like meet you or talk about the process prior of looking at a house or something.
Just seems like the responsible way to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
it is. It's responsible, but it's not always what comes natural.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially to a lot of people, like, oh, why do I gotta, meet you first, or why do I gotta talk to a bank? Like, I don't want to run my credit. Like, they're doing hard pulls. I just want to see this house, which makes sense. Like, I definitely want, I want to see the house before I run my credit. I hate running my credit, but like, if you're serious about buying a house, like, there's a proper process to do it, and if the agent's just
if you don't
willing
do
to do whatever, willing
don't
to do,
complain later when the house is gone.
Yeah, exactly.
It's almost like getting a hunting license, and then before you go out in the woods and to shoot a deer, and then it's like the perfect deer's right there, but I can't shoot it.
Exactly. It's like, I want to find the deer and then get my license. And then she's like, what?
It's just and then it's gone, and you're never gonna see it again. So,
show up to buy a license and the deer's already on your truck.
It doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work that way. Yeah.
And buy the house later.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh man, that's awesome.
That's a good one. I'm gonna use that for
perfect. Good. Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh,
Great. Well, thanks so much for coming on. This was so
Nick.
fun.
Yeah, it was
fun.
Yeah, it's been great having you around. I'll be sad to see you not as often now. So.
Yep. Going back to school, but I'll be back once in a while.
Good.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Right. Thanks.